अक्षरधाम से ज्योत जलाने दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया। देह और मन मरते हैं लेकिन परम आत्म नहीं मरता, दिव्य अनुग्रह बन के पवित्र पावन अक्षर अनुग्रह, पवित्र पावन अक्षर अनुग्रह काका ने बरसाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया हमने, दिव्य अनुग्रह पाया।
We're kind of waiting for people to settle in, so just give us a moment. I think all the kids had, so they had been up despite of their late night stay. They had been up since morning, and they were in the kids sabha area where they had a feedback and a reflections session. And is there enough chairs for everyone? Very soon we'll be providing beds as well. So. Yeah.
सजानंद स्वामी महाराज नी जय। So last night I saw all of you enjoying the games until what o'clock?
3, 4, 5, 6.
So you were enjoying up to 4 o'clock in the morning and not feeling sleepy and wanting to even do more if Ketan uncle would have not stopped you. Right? You wanted to have one more game, maybe. So, anybody else who is still sleeping, or you are all here now? Huh? Richa? You are all here? Huh? I didn't hear.
I'll try my hardest.
You will try your hardest to stay up? Oh. So you were woken up by somebody?
No, I decided to go back to sleep. Like 7, I decided to go to sleep. And then I think I got 2 hours in. But I'm very unstable.
Very unstable? Yeah. So can I make a request to your mom that maybe you can stay here? You still 1 week off, right?
Oh, no, I have to go to school tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow you have to go to school? But if your mom says that you can stay here, I'll call the school. Are you for or against?
I'll go for whatever you say.
You will go to school whenever I say. Oh, okay. No, you were not here. We were talking, that last year when we were ending our Shibir, we were asking that how you like this Shibir. And I want to find out again, all of you who just came, if you like your Shibir, raise your hands. Oh, everybody raised the hands, So the next question is that if we extend this Shibir for 1 more week, and you don't have to go back home for 1 week, how many of you are ready to give up your school? There is one honest girl, she doesn't want to give up the school. Our Ashi did not raise the hand, But school is more important also at this stage of your life. You all want to work hard and get good grades. But maybe next time, if we have a right timing, we will have Shibir in the beginning of your vacation. And then, if you want to stay longer, not all of you, but whoever, maybe we will see if that works out. Huh? Yeah. So, in this Shibir, you had 2 things, These sessions, where Pintu uncle, then Sapan uncle, and others, and me, gave you some good ideas and suggestions. So there was this, and our Rachna auntie also was there, So there were sessions in the classroom type thing, And there was games, even at the middle of the night. And I want honest answer, okay? Those who favored those Shibir topics, with us over the game, can you raise your hand? Here is the honesty. No one raised the hand. Hey, Varni, you did not raise your hand also? Oh, now he raised. But comparing the two, game is the game. Yes. And we understand, in the game, you are excited. You are working in harmony. You are raising your voice. You are forgetting about your sleep. all those things, right? Those are called power pills, power injections. You know. Why people go to the dancing club, nightclubs, even though there is a lot of smoke inside. If they inhale, they would get cancer, right? Because at home, their wives are biting at them, you know. Eh? Not wives, but spouse, you know. And there they are having fun, you know. At their own expense, they have to pay the money, right? They are at the risk, you know. If somebody is angry and throws a bottle, they would get hurt, but still. Because it is the group effect, you know, which makes the difference. But that group effect is not right group effect. You end up in the bad habits, you know, of drinking or swearing and using bad language and bad thoughts and other things, you know. Here you played the games. Here you enjoyed and became more harmonious. You had friendliness together, you know. And that is our goal and that is our intent, you know. That we want you to be, you know, respecting each other, liking qualities of each other, and pray to God to have those qualities in you so that you are better than you were before, you know. And at this young age, you are getting this nice, you know, Shibir atmosphere and all this nice, you know, arrangements. It's the feather on your head, you know. It is very nice that your parents are, you know, enjoying this and parents are happy to send you here, you know. And when you go back to your school, rather than any other topic, talking on, you know, any junk topic, you know, maybe talk on this thing, you know, that, hey, I went to Shibir. I had a very nice time. We played this game. We had nice discourses. We had nice food. And what else? What was nice? Nice rooms. Right? Yeah. So for that we have to thank, you know, CM uncle and Hitu uncle and their families, right? Yeah. So whatever we are earning as good deeds, you know, punya kamani kariye chhe, 10% goes to who? Ashi? 10% goes to them, right? They provided us the motel and food and rooms and facility, right? It's fair that they should get 10%? Eh? Yes, yes. But this is not like your bank account finance, that if you put 10% donation from your bank account goes down by 10%, right? Maybe a little bit less because you will get back in tax refund, you know. Government is merciful, gives you tax refund back also. But still, your bank account goes less, right? But here, the spiritual account is different, you know. That whatever you have earned, your deeds, they remain. They remain there. But whatever you have earned, 10% additional is generated and given to them, like an interest or whatever you call, you know. So don't think that your deed is depreciating. Huh? Whatever you have done, good deeds, you know, is yours. But on top of that, divinity gives the graceful 10% deeds those who have helped, you know. And we have many financial donors also, you know, that I heard, you know, that they have helped in this, you know, good cause. And all of you have given, you know, small, you know, share of your gratitude also to run all this food buying and other things also, you know. And if there is an excess, it will go into Yogi Divine Society, and society will do again good cause to support the activities anyhow, So it's all win-win-win. So we are all very happy that you have come. We are very happy that all our youngsters have enjoyed. And yesterday, somehow, I took that pill to sleep, and I could not sleep. So about 2 o'clock, I was up. And I told Pintu Bhai that you go and sleep, but I'll take a walk in the lobby and get tired maybe, and then go to sleep maybe. So we made about 10 turns, back and forth. And Sankal Bhai came. And he says that all these boys and girls are having good time, They are playing card games, and what is that game you are playing? Mafia. I think we want to change. Maaf karo. Maaf kiya. You know what maaf kiya means? We forgive you. Even if you made any even if you made any wrong move in your game, we forgive you. That's a good name, right? Smriti? Oh, Smriti. Smriti Ben. So, is that a good name rather than mafia? Mafia is a bad word, right? They twist somebody's hand and give pain, and they do wrongdoing in the society. They are called mafia. But maaf kiya is a Hindi statement that I forgive you. Whatever you have done, you have played tricks and win the game, I still forgive you. Is that a good name? Maaf kiya? Okay. But when I came at 2 o'clock, and I was sitting, in the chair, and I don't understand this game, I just hear their, discussions, and Ketan Bhai was guiding them, close your eyes. And then I was watching that there was people outside of this group, they were boys also, and they were leaving their eyes open. And I said that, why they are not closing their eyes? Then I found out that they were outside, they were killed, But they were killed, and their eyes were not closed, What a game, right, Anwaji? But I was hearing in that game that in one round, our Dharaben played a very nice role, And what do they call that? She had a role of killer. And it is very difficult to find the killer among the group, That was the, game's, message, And everybody pointed at her that she is killer. Everybody raised their hands, So now she is going to be out. And she did not want to be out. So she had tears in her eyes.
No, I didn't actually cry. I just pretended like I was sad.
Okay, I didn't have to say now, she said that, She was smart actress. And she brought the tears in her eyes, the fake tears, I think nature has made a mistake, They should have a different color of tears so people can recognize, right? Green tears, real tears, Yellow tears, fake tears, Red tears, anger tears, something like that. But anyhow, she played such a role that all of those who raised their hands, they were convinced that she is not the killer. And they lowered their hands. Only two people just left, They were above emotion, maybe, And she won. And she ended up not being found as a killer, Huh? Yeah, later, but in that round you were saved. You did your job, So what I was saying is that our kids are smart. They know how to convince their parents, They know how to convince their teachers. So, talk to them longer, Huh? Don't go by just their tears. Because that may not be the total truth, the whole truth. Okay, so last question, that we talked in the classes that you are going to cut down on TV watching, and you are going to cut down on cell phone and iPad and gossiping hours, and use that time for reading more. So, you had all raised your hands in a small room. So I want to reiterate in front of your parents and others, that how many of you are going to cut down the TV time into half? Half the TV time. Smriti, you raise your hand there, but you don't watch TV, right? Okay. But look, parents, they have said that they are going to cut down TV time and study more. Okay. And then, but Sahaj said only 1 hour in a day he was using TV time. Right? He said that? 2 hours on Wednesday. So all that he's going to cut down half. Yeah. But if he is forgetting that, you don't forget to be nice. You remember to be nice and tell him. And how many of you are going to spend only half an hour for iPhone and iPad rather than more than half an hour? Please raise your hands, Those who agreed. Huh? Pintu bhai, come and convince them now.
I guess we said we're gonna reduce on school days when there is homework and stuff, except for when you use listening music while doing homework. Dinkaruncle said that's okay, but cut down your cell phone music or. Great, I say yes. Okay, you say yes.
So, Pintu bhai said that Monday to Friday, you will spend only half an hour every day to chat with your friends or whatever, but no more, And then Saturday, Sunday, okay, you can spend more, How many of you are going to practice that? Nothing. 1, 2, 3, but nothing on the lower line, huh? Okay. No, we have agreed there. We have agreed there that they can do their homework while if they are playing any music or dhoon is okay. Because if we ask more than what we agreed there, it's not fair for this Shibir. But you can convince them and give them some candies or some carrots, and see if it works. You don't know about that carrot thing? There is a common saying, that keep carrot in front of somebody.
The incentive is a carrot, like for a rabbit or a hare. So.
But candy, same carrot. Very good. We are very happy that most of the boys raised their hands on half an hour. But our dear ones, are still debating, and we will leave it up to you. But I remember that you had agreed there. Maybe I did not say clearly, maybe you did not hear clearly, but the message was clear. For your good, I am not going to be benefiting. I will not benefit if you get good grades. You will benefit, right? Yeah, I will benefit that. Okay, Dinkaruncles, all this, Brahmi and Richa and Ashi and Smriti and Dhara are better grade students now. They are getting all A's. That's what I may get little credit, but more credit goes to you then. But try, beta, Now, right now your time is to study, beta, get better grades, And our prayer also. Okay, Sajanand Swami Maharaj ni Jai.
Next, just heading towards the ending of the Shibir. As Dinkaruncle said that this was great. Last 3 or 4 days we had over here. We were about 160 people, and when we started, was talking to Parikshit Bhai about this Shibir program and all that, and one of the things they were thinking of is we just basically want to have something where we could all come together, learn something, and have fun. Most importantly, have fun while we are doing whatever we're doing over here. And I'm hoping, I think I had a lot of fun, a lot of learning, a lot of good time with the kids as well. Some of the discussions we had with them were really nice. We came here on Thursday to start set up and prepare, and this time we had only the kids with us. It was me, Shruhat Bhai, and Ghanshyam uncle, and all the kids, and Ketan Bhai was, of course, Ketan Bhai was also there, and we started here. So when we came here, there was a lot of surprises, pleasant surprises. First of all, the whole classroom was arranged. So thanks to CM uncle and Hitu uncle, that this was all arranged ahead of time. Then normally what we do is we roll out this backdrop. It directly ships from India. And we roll out this backdrop, we clean it up, and to kind of air it out. And what had happened was Akshar Swami from Delhi, who does the printing, he told me that can we have someone spread it out and air it out so it doesn't smell, And I'm like, it's gonna be tough because I know, Hitu uncle and them, they're busy over here with the motel. So I didn't want to actually, bother them. But coincidentally, CM uncle had come to see Dinkaruncle, and Dinkaruncle mentioned to CM uncle, and see he had, spread out the backdrop. It was all cleaned up, and it was all aired out. There was no smells. A lot of pleasant surprises. That a lot of the work that we would do was already taken care by CM uncle and them. And of course, big. What we a lot of people actually, even though we are 160. I would say more than about 50% of us actually contributed towards making this event. So I don't mean to exclude anyone, but few people that I really appreciate, and they really kind of went out of the way to help us to enjoy this 3 days. And I was just gonna, we were thinking of what to give them, and NG had this suggestion of giving them the Shikshapatri. So this year is the year where Dinkaruncle wanted to us to focus on Shikshapatri. So we have this small booklet of Shikshapatri, and on that, Dinkaruncle is writing his blessings, and we will give it out to a few people. I'm sorry we don't have them ready right now, but we'll kind of distribute them out, as they are ready. But at least I will try to acknowledge everyone who's been here, who has been, helping us out, and doing. And we had a great time, I guess, for the last 3-4 days. So the to me personally, it was very touching, Dinkaruncle, by seeing the dedication and devotion and service of all of this, different devotees. And I really pray to you that you shower your blessings on them, and as you have said, and you keep on saying, that they become enriched from tane mane dhane ane bhajane karine. They remain enriched from inside. That's the real blessings that I seek on behalf of all of us, for all those people who helped us out, and all those devotees that contributed to this. The Shikshapatri is remarkable in itself. Bhagwan has said that with faithful reading, with faithful worship of Shikshapatri itself, it is benefactor of any man vanchit je તમને જે ઈચ્છા હોય એ આ શિક્ષાપત્રીના પાલનથી અને એનામાં શ્રદ્ધાથી મળે છે. So hopefully this Shikshapatri carries that blessing, and we keep it close to our hearts, and keep it close in our prayers, that we may at least try to follow the niyams and everything else that God has given us. There's one of the things that Bhagwan has written in the prologue of Shikshapatri. So Bhagwan says, according to my buddhi, I have extracted the essence of all the Satyashastras and written this Shikshapatri. And so Bhagwan is saying that from my intellect, now, I'm from computer science background. So in computer science, there's a concept of artificial intelligence. And there is 3 categories of intelligence. One, which is called specific intelligence, or is non-general intelligence, which we see in things like Siri, things like our washing machines, things like our cars. It is very specific in the sense that the intelligence is targeted to deliver a particular result. So it's a specific intelligence. Today, all the research that computer science has done is basically edging the bar for specific intelligence. Then there is something called as general intelligence. That's like intelligence on par with humans, or it's called non-specific intelligence. That's where the machines have intelligence at par as humans. So that is general intelligence. And there is expectation is that within the next 5 to 10 years, we are going to reach that general intelligence level for machines. And then there's a level called super intelligence, where machines are more intelligent than human beings, and where, that's something really groundbreaking that will happen when that happens, There's a whole article which predicts how that's going to happen. But here God is talking about his intelligence. And so if I were to give a term, would be like the supreme intelligence, the causational intelligence, where the intelligence emanates from, And from his intelligence, God is summarizing and is laying down a code of conduct for his devotees, the people, the men, the women, the children, the sadhus, the householders, that he sincerely and near and dearly loved them, And out of his love, he has written this Shikshapatri, And it's not a book, it's not a rule book, it's not a code book. It's really something that God has given out of his own care, out of his own mercy, and out of his own love to all of us. So the Shikshapatri itself is a great asset, and with Dinkaruncle's blessings, we hope that it brings the joy and that inner contentment in our lives. I'm just gonna go through little people, and maybe we can we don't have time for them to come up here and take a picture, but at least we can go with a round of applause for all the people that we talk about. So first of all, a round of applause for the kids and everyone else who came in the beginning. Then Parikshit Bhai, of course, he did a fantastic job, right? I mean, his research is so immaculate. He did, કેટલું બધું એમને અંદર શાસ્ત્રોનું ને આપણા જે સ્ક્રિપ્ચર્સનું ને આપણા કથા સંત પુરુષના કથા વાર્તાનું કેટલું બધું એનું એસેન્સ કાઢીને he delivered this whole conducted the whole Shibir, and I think it was very nice. The topics that came out, the videos that he brought out, Bharat Bhai particularly liked that video about the shirt one, the shirt of the happy person, and it's a very remarkable video. It's a simple concept, but it compelled you to think. It compelled us to think, and so thanks to Parikshit Bhai for that. Parikshit Bhai, where are you? Yeah, it would be nice if if you could just stand up and so we can actually recognize you. Parikshit Bhai. Then these speakers. So each speaker had to do their homework to come up with some concrete and organized message for us. So Chaitanya Bhai, if you could please stand up. Then Dinkaruncle, Pangad Uncle, Srujesh Bhai, he also spoke, but he's not here. Raman Uncle, Purnima Auntie, then Smruti Men. So, yeah! So, Dinkaruncle Smruti Ben shared a really nice story in the morning today about Vachnamrut. So she was saying that how I remember we were gone down in to come to Lincoln, right, to your place, and Dinkaruncle had asked her to read one Vachnamrut every day, and Smriti's like, what I'm gonna do? This is so tough. The language is so foreign, so she didn't really feel like doing it. And the next time when Dinkaruncle, when she saw you, and when you asked her, she felt that there was a big disappointment, that came up. And she, from that, resolved to read Vachanamrut every day. And from that, then she shared what she learned. And more importantly, she said that it actually positively affected her grades. And she came to tears saying that, and so that's Shruti Ben's story, and her prasang really touched all of us. So thank you, Shruti Ben, again. Sorry, Smruti Ben. I'm bad with names. Which ones are these? Green, red, or colorless? Then we had the panelists. I think we tried this. It was interesting, I would say, right? Do you guys agree the panels were interesting, right? And so Vibhanti, Harsha Auntie, if you could please stand up. Angie Ben, she's not here. Emily Ben, Nirbhik Bhai, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Nirbhik had a very funny quips in his statements. Then Bhavesh Bhai is not here, so that was the first day panel. The second day panel was Rachna Ben, if you can please stand up. Maitri Ben, Kiran Auntie, Sapan Bhai, Ketan Bhai, and Vandan Bhai, And it was very interesting to see, where everyone was coming from, and because we hang out a lot with Sapan Bhai, Jason Bhai, Vandan Bhai, and Ketan Bhai, we almost knew their answers, Like Vandan would be humbly and, meekly stating something, Ketan Bhai is like the kef, Nikhuari, and Sapan is like, the question is pointless, from intellect, So it was very entertaining in a lot of ways to see them respond to the questions. And we had a great program with the kids. What do you guys think, right? It was a good program. Yeah, we were with Brahmi trying to figure out what are you going to do with the kids Sabha. Remember that Friday night? We talked about that. I'm not sure how much of that got implemented. But I thought the programs were rightly adjusted. There was light amount of engagement and, discussion, and then we had games, although they only like Mafia, right, Drusha? Huh? You need games more like Mafia, but you need to try more games other than Mafia. Would that make sense? No. If you don't try, how do you not know? So we had a lot of different, like Morgan and Sahish Bhai and Sapnil Bhai. They planned a lot of games for the kids, but I think kids were more inclined to just play Mafia. But I'm sorry, Mafia. Sorry, Mafia games. Need what? Okay, more games. Okay, got it. Um, Oh, Morgan thought of good games. Thank you, Morgan. But they didn't play it, so I don't know. It's kind of a lip service right now. the, you want lazy games? You play the lazy games, okay. Um, but Sahishnu Bhai, Morgan, and Swapnil, they stayed with all the discussions. They helped, prime the discussions and were involved in all the discussions. Then Angie Ben, Rachna Ben, and Sapan Bhai gave nice talks. So just to give the idea to the adults, because they were not there. So the first day's discussion was over here was let us be all happy. And the topic we had in the kids session was on who am I? Was to actually identify with the soul, and soul being the source of happiness. So what we did was we went around the room and asked everyone, what do you think who you are? Like, we wrote down factors that define us, like our clothing, our name, our personalities, our achievements, our attainments, our habits, our hobbies, We put all of that down as what constitutes to our identity. And then we draw a scale of from 1 to 10, from left to right, left being that identity being transient, and right being the identity being permanent. And then we mapped all of those things to transient to permanent on that scale. And what we found out that most of the things were in the left-hand side, either very transient and less than middle of the transient. Hardly anything edged over the other side. And that's where we talked about the concept of soul. The other thing we talked about was, okay, all of these things, let's now rank them in terms of happiness they give us. Again, from left to right, least happiness and most happiness. And the reflection point was, what is giving, let's say, in your opinion, most happiness? What is the transient value of that? What is the transient nature of that? So it was an exercise to reflect on where we spend our time, things like we want happiness from, and what is the transient value of it. So that was the first day exercise. The afternoon was more about resolution and commitment, and we talked about behaviors that could actually help us be resolved and more committed. The Saturday morning was about non-violence. Best session, right, guys? Non-violence, yeah. There was Rachna Ben conducted this session, and she went through acts of violence, and we went there about ranking them. How would they be violent to very, lowest, least violent, and most violent, and like things like road rage, things like taking a picture with without someone's permission and sending it, things like genocides, and we went through whole different things, spectrum of that, And then Dinkaruncle came and talked about the biggest non-violence is to liberate also to Brahmarup. So that was the Saturday morning session. Then Saturday evening session our session was about let us be Gunatit. And then Sapan Bhai over there talked about aim to be extraordinary. So we went around the room asking, Sapan Bhai told everyone to pick out a person and find, and say what is so exceptional about the person that makes him exceptional in that field. What quality? So we listed down those qualities and the person. And then someone was saying that, to become Gunatit is an exceptional and extraordinary goal. And we would need all of these qualities to get that. So that was the exercise we had on Saturday night. And then today morning we had a reflection. So again, thanks to Rachna Ben, Angie Ben, and Sapan Bhai, and Sapnil, Morgan, and Sahish Bhai for involving and kids. Then most important thing I forgot was kitchen. So yeah, kitchen, right? The kitchen team. It was Ghansham Uncle, of course started with Ghansham Uncle and Indira Masi, with all the planning, shopping, menu, and getting everything ready. They were there the days before, just trying to make sure that all the utensils are there. endless conversations with Padma auntie, I guess, in terms of how we should do this and all that. And then over here, like Jyoti Ben, and then Maitri Ben, and then Nisha auntie, all of them, and all around everyone was helping, but the kitchen team, right, all the food was awesome, I liked all the food, so thank you the kitchen team for that. Then the AV team. So we have, I know a lot of this, we see some of the AV work over here, the sound and the TV, but a lot of that is actually people who are not able to attend, they're seeing it offline. So thanks to Surat Bhai, Vijay, Parth Bhai, Shreyas, Lakhu, Khush, Sapan Bhai, and Amit Bhai for the typing, So thanks to the AV team. Then Dinkaruncle, Vandam Bhai, if you can bring that plate, please. Yeah, the tray. Yeah. Dinkaruncle mentioned that we're very fortunate. Thanks to Parikshit Bhai for bringing Kirtan Jagnadas ji over here. So really appreciate your presence over here. Really appreciate your sharing the wisdom with us. And as a token of our devotion, token of our appreciation, we'd like to offer you a shawl and a maras, if you'd be so kind enough to accept that. If you please could come up here and give us a smoothie. Thank you.
सत्वदे अनुसंधान रे न वर्ताए चुकी दासत्व देने हरी भक्ति हो तारी जे माओ हरी एज थाए अतंत्र थकी दासत्व दे अनुसंधान रे न वर्ताए चुकी दासत्व देने हरी.
Next is, of course, the we can't thank enough to CM uncle, Padma aunty, and Hitu uncle. Sorry, Haridarshan Das ji and Aarti Devi ji for always year after year being so gracious and kind to have us here. And I was talking to CM uncle that your family is like a pillar of faith, devotion, and dedication. It's so inspiring to see all of you. And it's so inspiring to see the next generation, Kuntal, Krishna, it's amazing, it's like, we have heard the stories of the Gops and the Gopis from Krishna Bhagwan's time. We've heard the stories of the Khachars and the Parvat Bhais and the Gordhan Bhais from Bhagwan Swaminarayan time. And we really have, someone who lives to that power. And it's a wonderful experience to be part of your life. And we really thank you for having us part of your life, and we have a Smruti bait for you, and be kind enough if you can come up here, accept the Smruti bait.
सजानंद स्वामी महाराज ने जय. गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् पर ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. संत भगवंत साहेब जी महाराज नी जय. गुरु हरि दिनकर भाई नी जय. संत भगवंत साहेब जी अमृत महोत्सव नी जय. लंडन मंदिर महोत्सवनी जय जय जय. I'm not a speaker and I'm not going to take much time. I wanted to say a few things, and I hope I'm not I wanted to be number one saying that I'm fortunate, કે હું ભાગ્યશાળી છું અને મારું કુટુંબ પરિવાર ભાગ્યશાળી છે કે સાહેબ દાદાનો સંબંધ મળ્યો અને સાહેબ દાદાએ દિનકર દાદાનો સંબંધ આપ્યો. And there is nothing that we can do to pay for what you have done for us. It's amazing things that we have gone through and things that you have done for us is beyond payable. Okay, we cannot pay that, and we really appreciate specifically the Swarupo's Prathna, Dhoon, Bhajan, Dinkaruncle's Dhoon, Bhajan, Prathna, and all the Haribhaktos Dhoon, Bhajan, Prathna to see us here today and my family. And આજે પ્રાર્થના જે કરવી છે કે દિનકર અંકલે ગઈકાલે આપણને કહ્યું કે સંબંધ એ બ્રહ્મરૂપ અને અમે બ્રહ્મરૂપ તો છે જ અને સાથે આપણને વાર્તા પણ કરી કે રાણી અને પેલું ભિખારણ લગ્ન કરીને રાજા સાથે રાણી બને છે અને યુ નો વી ડુ નોટ આપણે એ રીતે રહી નથી શકતા કેમ કે આપણો સંબંધ આળો આવે છે અને આપણે સાંજે ડ્રામા પણ જોયો કે એમાં આપણને એનો માર્ગદર્શન પણ મળ્યું કે આપણે એ સ્વભાવ કે આપણે જ્યારે પેલી ભિખારણ રાણી તરીકે નથી રહી શકતી તો આપણે બી કેમ ભ્રમરૂપ નથી રહી શકતા. તો એમાં 3 વાત હતી અને સાહેબ દાદા અને દિનકર દાદા પણ એમના પરાવાણીમાં આપણને વારંવાર એ આપણને કહે છે કે ફર્સ્ટ ઇઝ સત્સંગ, સતનો સંગ કરવો. સેકન્ડ ઇઝ સેવા, કે સત્પુરુષની મન કર્મ વચને સેવા. અને થર્ડ થિંગ છે ધૂન ભજન પ્રાર્થના. આ 3 વસ્તુ જો આપણા જીવનમાં હોય તો આપણે જે આપણે વાત કરી હતી કે આપણે આત્મારૂપ વચ્ચે અને સત્પુરુષ આપણો આત્મા કહેવાય અને આપણે અખંડ આનંદ સ્થિતિમાં રહીએ તો એ આપણને કરવું છે અને તમે અમને કરાવજો જ અને અમારો માર્ગ સરળ કરજો અને અમારા રસ્તામાં કોઈ પણ ડિફિકલ્ટીઝ કે વિઘ્ન આવે એને દૂર કરજો. અને બીજું કહેવાનું એ જ હતું કે I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say anyway, કે લાસ્ટ યર આપણે જ્યારે સભા પતી હતી અને મારા બ્રધરના ઘરે આપણે મહાપૂજા કરી હતી અને Padma had to say something to Dinkaruncle, and I'm going to say we are not out of the woods. અને દિનકરભાઈ અને સાહેબ દાદાના ચરણોમાં પ્રાર્થના એ જ કરવી છે કે તમે અમારી સાથે જ રહેજો અને પાર પાડજો. સહજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય.
Thank you, CM Uncle. What we have, CM Uncle, is we did that. I'm sure you must have seen this. We did the thumbprints, and it's symbolically, I guess, it also means that we all with you, And when in India, when you do a thumbprint, it's a signature that you're assigning that, So it's that the picture over there is a tree, and we are all the leaves of the same tree. And so we are all part of with you, and we're all part of the same family, and we want to give that as a token of just a smriti and appreciation to you. So if you could please, I would request CM Uncle, Padma Auntie, Haridarshan ji, Aarti Devi ji, Darshan, Raj, Kuntal, Hiren, Nimai, Krishna, all of you, please, if you can come up here and accept the gifts. We also have books. These are the books. This is the book is called Perspectives. It's a book which has inspirational essays generally about life, and I found them to be very moving and very touching, uh, especially for someone with my age and from my background. And I thought that you guys would really like it. So Darshan, Raj, and so we have books for you, and so if you could please come up and give us the memory. Come on, guys. Applaud.
Sorry, I missed to acknowledge presence of Kirtan Yagna Prabhu, and I'm really thankful for you to be here today, and also giving us the enlightenment through your discourses. And we also would like to participate and be with you in any of your endeavors and efforts, and hope we can be of any help. Let us know, and we'll also look forward to you being here when we do this again. Thank you. And as my brother Haridarshan mentioned to you yesterday, that we also will be visiting your mandir and be the darshan of the deities there. Thank you.
श्याम बिना मेरो मन सपने हूँ और ना चाहो। तन मन प्राण ले श्याम, तन मन प्राण ले श्याम, चरण पर प्रेमानंद बलि जय हो। घनश्याम पिया, घनश्याम पिया, नैनन में हो, नैनन में रहो। घनश्याम पिया मोरे जीवन, ओ मोरे जीवन आवो रे। घनश्याम पिया मोरे जीवन, ओ मोरे जीवन आवो रे। घनश्याम पिया आय के श्री घनश्याम, आय के श्री घनश्याम, लाड़ी ले हंस के वदन दिखाओ। घनश्याम पिया, घनश्याम पिया मोरे जीवन।
So the bhavana is that together we make this picture complete, and together we always stand in the same tree. So that's the feeling we have.
सुंदर बतिया सुनाओ कर करुणा कमलवर हमको सुंदर बतिया सुनाओ तरस परस देहो दीन बंधु त्रिविध ताप क्षमा प्रेमानंद के प्राण प्रेमानंद के प्राण जीवन धन नाथ जी ने हंसू बोलावो घनश्याम पिया
One more round of applause for the
मोरे जीवन हो मोरे
request. If you can, please stand up and at our seats and have applaud them. Thank you.
आए के श्री घनश्याम आए के श्री घनश्याम ओ लाडीले हंसी के बदन दिखाओ घनश्याम पिया घनश्याम पिया घनश्याम पिया घनश्याम पिया घनश्याम पिया के आनंद के प्राण प्रेमानंद के प्राण जीवन धन
Last but I guess there's no word like thank you for your guru, you know. There is no feeling that you can express for what the guru has done, you know. Especially for this particular Shibir, you know, we talked about in the beginning that Dinkaruncle is a person who has not taken a painkiller throughout his entire life, you know. Back in 2000 and I think it was 9 or something, when he had the L2, L3 pain, he was prescribed pain meds. It was same pain, you know. We were in London, his back was caught. He was not able to get out from the bed. He was sleeping in the bed and he had to call us over to get out of the bed, you know. And he would not be able to get into the car, you know. But in all of that, he attended the 3-day function at Sahib. He visited every single place that was on the plan in London. He went to every single place that was on plan in Paris without pain meds. That's the pain tolerance he has, you know. But this time around, when he came, he was willing to take anything that would make him ready so that he can come to the Shibir. So we can't thank enough Dinkaruncle. You know, one of the things that we can all do is bow from really bottom of our hearts that Dinkaruncle, તમે हमारा माटे જે આ લીલા કરી છે, જે આ ગ્રહણ કર્યું છે, એમાંથી અમારે જે whatever we are supposed to learn, whatever we are supposed to mature out, please, at your will, with your inspiration, with your strength, may we learn that, and so that you don't have to take on this kind of episodes for us to elevate. And we really, from out of our hearts, thank you for being in our life, you know. Dinkaruncle, you know, it's easy to see a sun because it rises, it makes his light known, you know. But it's very hard to miss the fragrance that is in your life, that is constantly improving you, that's constantly elevating you, that's constantly looking out for you. And Dinkaruncle has, despite of being the sons of sons, he has chosen that way of affecting our life. Not by being a son where we would be blinded by his brilliance, but by being that fragrance that slowly and surely transforms us, slowly and surely elevates us. And by your association, Dinkaruncle, as you said, that may we never forget that we are so fortunate that we are Brahmrup, by your association, that nothing in this world can ever touch us, And we pray that as you want us to elevate from a Sabande Brahmrup to Sthitiya Brahmrup, may we really attain that, and lead a life where, they would say, as Dinkaruncle was saying, lead a life that when they see us, may we become an identity for our Guru. We talked about who am I. One of the biggest identity would be, may we become an identity for our own Guru. I don't think we have the capacity, but that's the bhavana we want to have today. Someone has a comment would like to share here? Whose phone is this? Okay. Did you want to say something, Karanati? Please come to. Thank you, Dinkaruncle.
Sajanand Swami Maharaj ni jai. You show the dedication of CM Uncle's family and everybody. But one thing I wanted to share with you today, that Krishna, who really sang the bhajan out of her heart this morning, and it was really her wish that she sang that bhajan in front of Dinkaruncle. It was a prayer to Dinkaruncle. So I was just going to say, maybe she wants to sing that in front of Dinkaruncle. That would be very nice. Sure.